if you're a person who's got it together, you're successful, you're attractive, or you're smart, or you've got a lot of good things going for you, people can see that and try to sabotage that. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. Responding to this commenter, she says, pulling someone up can take many, many years and they still may never be on your level. Exactly. Plus, in my experience, many use this as a ruse. Many pretend that they want to be better for you, but what they really want is access to you so they can use your resources, time, money, attention, things like that. And these are things that I've spoken to you all about time and again before, and I absolutely agree with this. A lot of times people that come into your life, they know when you guys are out of alignment. They know, and they may feel some insecurity, or they may feel even jealousy. But especially even in dating, people know when you're out of their league. Does it necessarily stop many from shooting their shot? No, but what they will do is they'll shoot their shot and they'll drag their feet, they'll play around, they'll waste your time, they'll mistreat you. In other words, they will get you for, lowering your standards, and expecting them to wear shoes that they know that they never intended to fill. But instead of, coming out right and telling you that, what they will do is they'll promise you the world, the moon, the stars, but really all they'll give you is a peanut butter sandwich. And they'll say, well, just, pretend and let's just ride along. And they'll continue to take you on this imaginary ride, promising you, hey, I'm going to change. Hey, I'm going to go to therapy. Hey, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to contribute. Hey, I'm going to stop drinking. Hey, I'm going to um, be a better parent to the children. And, a lot of times, sometimes, especially with women, I see this. I've seen this with some men too, but especially with women, what we'll do is we'll hang in there, we'll hold on to potential. And a lot of times we'll hold on to potential for years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And we'll, all the while sort of wishing on the potential, we grow resentful. We grow resentful that we're hanging in there, we're sacrificing, and this person isn't doing a thing. And then when we get the call to walk out the door, that person then says, okay, I'll go to therapy, I'll get a job. And then they rush out and then they start doing all the things that they were supposed to do. And they start being a parent. They start doing everything, cleaning up, being a partner, doing all the things you've been asking for all these years. And that really ought to just grind your gears even more and help you speed up and walk out of the door. But really, it's a bait and switch. They want to lure you back in under false pretense, and their talk is cheap, right? And you should know that if they've been doing it for all these years. But now that you see this sudden flurry of action, you can be hoodwinked into believing something different. And it's really nothing more than manipulation. They'll do what it takes to make you stay for the moment, but they won't put in the consistent effort to make the relationship work. So they won't do the work consistently throughout the relationship. And it's like, man, if you applied that skill to our relationship, we'd be gold, but they don't want to do that. And it seems, it seems good and it might feel good for, a week or two, maybe even a month, but it's not sustainable. And they just want to continue to have access to you. And really what they're saying is, I'm not ready to let go of all of the good things that you provide for me. So I'll tell you what you want to hear so that you can hang in there and don't quit the job on me, because really I need my mule. I really need you to pull this weight for me. And that just really means don't mistake that for someone who really wants to try or who's making the effort. Because if you've been in therapy, if you've been a parent, if you've been doing all the things for all these years, chances are you're light years ahead of this person in terms of growth and progress. And not only that, you've valued that this whole time, whereas they have not. So don't mistake short-term bursts of effort for long-term commitment and consistency, because that's not what it is. And you should, hightail it up out of there and get on the first thing smoking and say goodbye and good riddance and move on with your life. Move on with your life with people who get it right the first time, and that you don't have to hammer in, all of the common sense practical things that you should know. If I'm 40 or 50, there's just certain things that you should know. I don't have to train you. We're not in kindergarten. This isn't school, that kind of stuff. And of course, we all have acclimation to do every time we get into a relationship, but there's basic stuff that should be hardwired in there. And if you're having to wait for people to figure it out, you're around the wrong group of people. So stop waiting, get up the gusto, and go ahead and move on and find your tribe of people who have it figured out and their values are aligned with yours. Take care. Hope this makes sense. Have a great Monday. Like, comment, share, and follow. Thanks so much.